One-on-One with Peter Clottey now, Africa 54's new weekly segment. The veteran viewer journalist talks to newsmakers and delves into the topics and themes that are fresh, relevant and important to our viewers. Ghanaian President John Mahama is facing a chorus of critics in the months before the November elections. Opposition parties, including the People's Progressive Party, suggest Mr. Mahama lacks the integrity and drive to move Ghana into the future, a charge he denies. In this week's One-on-One with Peter Clottey, Peter talks with Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom, the founder of the PPP and a potential contender for the presidency.
In November 7th, Ghanaians will be going to the polls.
Yes.
You have a party, a Progressive People's Party or PPP.
Yes.
You are their presidential candidate. Realistically, what are your chances of winning the presidential election in Ghana?
The Progressive People's Party has not officially named anybody as its presidential candidate.
But isn't it a foregone conclusion since you are the leader of the party, you are the custodian of the party?
Well, it is likely, very likely, that I would be the presidential candidate. But then we are engaged in discussions with some high-profile individuals and some political parties to form a coalition.
An alliance?
Well, an alliance, we call it a coalition, same thing.
The New Patriotic Party, also known as the main political party, and the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, seem to be dominant ahead of the election. How challenging is it for your party to play a critical role, kingmakers perhaps, in the November 7 election?
Well, see, people like to say this, and unfortunately, media people, like to throw this around. But it's all fine. We know that it will be a challenging, a difficult task, but that's why we have set ourselves a task and a target that we think is achievable. And our target, essentially, we say that let's make sure that at the end of this election, it is clearly established that the PPP is the alternative. Now,
well, some people are saying that as an Nkrumahist, there are 2, 3, perhaps 4 Nkrumahist parties. Why don't you come together instead of having a splintered front with the Dankwa Buzia tradition, of course, with the National Democratic Congress, the ruling party at the moment? Why not start from uniting the Nkrumahist front?
It's not all just political parties. There are certain high-profile individuals in Ghana who are well known nationally, but who also command respect and audience and so on in their areas of origin. So we are courting all of these people. Now we're in many more villages, and we are in healthy competition with others. So our ability as leaders to control these many more people is now under stress. So let no one sit anywhere and think that, oh, as for those Ghanaians, they'll take anything, and that everything in the end will be okay.
Are you confident the elections will be free, fair, credible, transparent, meet international standards?
I cannot have confidence in a system that paired the institution. You know, we haven't given them the right tools for them to even determine who belongs in a register, who doesn't belong, and where we also know that the register is bloated, is not accurate, and so on and so forth. So what we are left with is goodwill.
Before we leave, let me ask you this. What are your expectations for the November 7 general election?
What I'm also expecting is that we, as Ghanaians, will let our character show. The good side will show that no matter be the case, that we'll take the election to be just an election, and that life must go on, and that we will decide that whatever be the conclusion, that we'll work with it. We'll work with it and ensure that the land remains peaceful, we strengthen the country, and we all work for the people to become more prosperous than before.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
you.